Hi everyone, welcome to Top Shelf. Today I'm going to do something a little bit differently. I'm going to be responding to a question that was posted on my last video. The last video was the Hero X8 and I did a full length video or review on that, and the question was posed on that video, and so I'm just going to simply be responding to that. Here's the question. I'm going to skip down a little bit. He says, my main concern with the X8 is the width of the tires and how it affects turning. Do you regret not getting a scooter with regular narrow tires, or do you prefer the wider wheels? It's not exactly fair to compare your emove to the X8 since it's dual motors, but as far as how the tire width affects both, which one do you prefer and why? If you could put narrow tires on the X8, would you? Thanks in advance, and apparently the Hero dealer isn't far from me and I can get it the same day. Awesome, pretty cool. There's a whole bunch of questions here, but let me answer this one. If I could put narrow tires on the X8, would I? The answer is no. I love these wide wheels. That was the very first thing that I recognized when I popped open the box, and I really just love the wide wheels. And let's go into why that is exactly. So here I am, me and my buddy Mike, who has some fantastic reviews on YouTube. I will put a link here as well. He was riding with me one day and I'm like, hey Mike, can you get me some video of these wide tires? And he's like, yeah man, totally. So we attached his little GoPro onto the bottom of his extension pole there, and we started getting some video. So what I'm doing right here is I'm just zooming back and forth. I'm trying my best to stay in camera view while also tilting the scooter, but as you can see, when I tilt the scooter, it wants to turn. Obviously, that's how scooters work. It is, you've got it right when you're actually tilting the scooter to turn instead of turning the wheel. So I'm here trying to tilt and get a good shot in the camera, and it's not, as you can see, it's not working quite as I had planned. But as you can see, there is absolutely no issues with the grip on the road while I'm riding the scooter. So one thing that I really wanted to point out is that with the wide wheels, and if they slope it just right, you have full traction regardless of how much tilt you're putting on these scooters. So here I'm going to freeze it right here, and you can see that even though I'm turning pretty hard, I still have full amount of width of the tire gripping the road, which is really pretty cool. Another thing I wanted to point out here is simply the tread on my tire. You can see where I'm using it most, which is right in the middle, and you can see how much more of the tire that I'm not really using a whole lot because I'm not riding on it nearly as much, which is pretty standard for a scooter. That shouldn't be a huge surprise for you. Overall, these tires I feel are just the perfect roundness to be able to provide you plenty of grip on tight turns. I took some pretty hard turns at 30 miles an hour on this little excursion of ours, and there was no slippage, no issues at all. You're fantastic on pavement. Now the question might be posed, how are they on off-road? Well, with bumps and jumps and rocks and everything, you're not going fast enough to be able to really need a whole lot of sidewall on your tires. These are not off-road tires. They are kind of commuter style tires, and so keep that in mind. I'm hoping that one day they do have some off-road tires available. So hopefully that answers your question. Hopefully that is helpful, and hopefully you'll enjoy them as much as I do. So so definitely let me know in the comments below. Tell me what you think. If you want me to do some more follow-up video in this manner, let me know, because this is really what I like to do. I love to field questions, and I love to help people out. Overall, I have just absolutely loved this X8 scooter. It's been rock solid. Nothing's come loose. Nothing has had any issues. I did replace the shocks, but that's only because they sent me new shocks that are squishier, and they make a huge difference. the solid tires, I barely notice that they're solid tires anymore, just because those shocks are a lot squishier than the original shocks. So anyway, let me know if you have any questions. I hope this is helpful, and we'll see you on the next one.